Where did the last year go? Did COVID speed up time too, or is it just me? What's up guys, it's your girl Book Savani and I am back with another effing video. Hello, what's poppin', what's going on, how you doing? Today we are going to talk about the books I want to read this fall. Why are we already talking about fall? This is messed up. As you guys know, I have been on a book buying ban since May, have not purchased a book. And when I say, I thought I'd be stressed out, and I'm gonna be honest, in the beginning of it, I was very much frustrated because all my favorite things are book related. So I love going to libraries, I love talking about books, I like watching videos about books, all of the above. So it was very frustrating. However, I did get a chance to dig around on my shelves, and I guess I should say I haven't been doing that a lot prior to my book buying ban. So to encourage myself to read more books, I put myself on that buying ban, and honestly, I haven't done a lot of reading, but the books I did decide to read were awesome, so kudos to me. This video is going to be about all the books that I already own that I want to read in fall, that I want to get real snuggly, cozy, get a blankie, a sweater, and just cuddle, snuggle up. Now, I will let you guys know some of these books intimidate me by their length, but I'm ready to go. So the first book I want to dive into is actually a series. It's a Netflix series that originated from the book, and I've finished the Netflix series, really obsessed with it, loved it, and I've even listened to this book, but I really want to read it. It's just something about reading the book that I feel like I'm gonna hit different. Anywho, so the book is called You. It is starring Joe, who, I love him. I forget his name, but I love him. And he was in John Tucker Must Die as the other Tucker, and I was just like, And he was in Easy A. And every time I say that, people argue me down like this is not the same person, and I'm like, but it is. He's been bae. This is Joe. Joe works at a bookstore, and he gets this beautiful, gorgeous woman walk in, and he's immediately obsessed with her. He's in love with her, and he can't keep his emotions to himself, so he decides to stalk her. And in this sense, it creates a whirlwind of murder and kidnapping and all other criminal acts. And I loved it. I don't know if Netflix did its thing or what, but I love the Netflix series. So I'm going to go ahead and try to read it this time. And that'll be one of my big ones this year. So this is also an adaptation of a show or a movie that is either just released or already in the making. But I've heard, again, such greatness, and I really want to read it. It's been on my shelves for a while now. And that is A Discovery of Witches, and this is by Deborah Harkness. Sorry about that, guys. My partner walked in, and he is not the most quietest person in the world. Anyway, back to this book. So this is A Discovery of Witches, and it's by Deborah Harkness. I believe it is a new series or a new movie that's coming out about this series. However, I only have this one book. So I told myself I was going to read this, and if I loved it, I'd buy the rest. So yeah. Here's another one, and she's kind of thick. How thick? Okay, almost 600 pages. So this is gonna take some dedication. On to the next one. So this is actually a new Netflix. I feel like a lot of these books on this is either a series or a movie, and I promise it was not intentional. It's just, again, books that have been on my shelves for a while that I haven't touched. So this one is actually a Netflix original that just came out. It's The Return to Fear Street, and this one is Drop Dead Gorgeous by R.L. Stine. Morgan Marks is the new girl, and nobody can stop talking about her. She's popular, smart, and beautiful. Everyone wants to be her friend. But her past is veiled in mystery, and no one knows exactly where she came from. Now the high school festival is just around the corner, and Morgan's dark secrets are about to be dug up for all the world to see. And here is the cover. So yeah, I actually hauled this, I want to say again, last fall, and didn't get a chance to read all of the books in the series that I had. So I'll be reading that one as well. Here is another. We have Fairest of Them All. This is a series as well, and this is about the villain's version of the fairy tales that we all know and love. And what's really cool about this series is that it's so cool because on all of the books you have this cover, but then you see on the actual book, you'll have the cover that we know them as, their villain kind of persona, and I thought that was really cool. The series is by Valentino, and I am just starting it. I believe I attempted to start it last year and didn't get a chance to dedicate time to it, so I want to make sure I get into it this year. For those who don't know, I'm all about motivation because Lord knows I need it. I need a lot of motivation to get out of bed sometime. And I started reading this book in November of last year and never got a chance to finish it. And I really want to notate this book. I really want to write in this book. I want this to be kind of a living, breathing functionality for me. So it is called The Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin. And I believe I got as far as, let's see, I got pretty far. I got to page 100 and it's only 300 and something pages in the book. But yeah, I thought it was really good. I went through a phase where I was really into self-motivating guru books, and this was one that I really enjoyed. I just didn't have the time to dedicate to it, but that's going to change this fall. I am going to get into this and see how it goes. All right, so the next book is actually a series that I started. Finished the first book, loved the first book, like magnifique, but they plan with me with the last book of the series. So I keep telling myself I'm not going to read the second book because I'm going to wait for the third book to be announced, like official date. But that has yet to happen and it's blowing me, but I can't wait anymore. I got to read it. So this book is called A Dream So Dark by L.L. McKinney. This is a Alice in Wonderland retelling with a twist and turns of monsters and realism. And it's so good. Love the first book, but I really need to get into the second book to see what's going to happen next. They have mentioned the third book. They've even released covers. So I'm really wanting to read this before the last book. Well, actually, I'm not sure if it's the last book, but the third book is released. So yeah. Also, look how gorgeous this is. She looks fantastic. Yes. Yes. I know this is a long one, but I'm trying so hard to get through all of these books. They're basically going to be my TBRs for the rest of the year. So this book is Take a Hint, Dani Brown. And this is actually a part of the Brown Sister series. And the first book is Get a Life, Chloe Brown, which y'all know my feelings about it. I liked it, didn't love it, wasn't obsessed as everybody else, but it wasn't a bad story. So I am going to give myself a chance to get into Take a Hint, Dani Brown. This is my second time adding it to my TBR, and I listened to the first couple of chapters, which were very entertaining, but I stopped listening and told myself I wanted to sit down and read it and really enjoy it. So we're going to try another chance with Dani. We'll see how that goes. And the next book I want to be reading this fall spooky season is going to be The Ravens. It's a sorority about girls and them being witches. You had me at sorority, you had me at witches, you had me at hello. Look at this cover. Like, stop playing with me. Like, I don't know why this is so beautiful to me. I don't even like crows. It creeps me out. They really do. But this, I love. I don't know if it's the subtle pink or what, but like, this is gorge. Anywho, I kind of told you guys what it's about. It's about a sorority of witches. It's by Cass and Danielle Page. So, boom, boom, boom. Another one on my list. Now, this is one of my most anticipated released this year. One of them. Not the top, but one of them. It's called The Inheriting Games. And basically a millionaire dies and gives this random person his money, but you gotta live in my house of games. And the family of the recently deceased decides to stay in the house, and they're trying to figure out, why is this girl getting this money from our millionaire family member and it should go to us? So that is some twists and turns. And when I say I've heard nothing but good stuff from this book, it was so, yes. I personally waited to read this so I can create my own, you know, process it, you know, think it through without other people telling me what I should think, believe, and feel. So that's why you would see on my channel, I tend to read a lot of popular books after their release later down the line, because I really want the freedom to think for myself, and that's just me. Y'all feel what y'all feel, you do what you want to do, but hello, hunty. Also, let's talk about this cover. Like, yes. Okay, can you say gorgeous with me? Gorgeous. Yes. Okay, moving on to the next book. So like my previous book, this one is also one of my most anticipated. And when I say this was hot, I'm talking hot flamings, I'm talking high spicy Doritos, I'm talking hot, fresh out of the grease. Everybody was talking about this book. I actually have 2 copies of this book, because when it first released, a friend of mine on Twitter was like, yo, I have a copy of this. Here's my info. Read it. And I was like, okay, I want to read it. But then here we go, everybody with their opinions, their comments, and I was like, you know what, y'all not gonna ruin this book for me. So I had to take a step back. That's okay, because now is my time to shine. The book that we're talking about right now is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn, and look at this. When I say baby is cute, it's the colors, it's the magic, it's the curls for the girls, it's the Afrocentric, it's the yes. So I will be reading Legendborn this fall. I don't care what nobody got to say. I'm gonna be late to the party and I'm still gonna celebrate. I said what I said. So the next book I'll be reading is One to Watch by Kate Stayman London. And this is one of those this is one of those books where she's a plus size fashion blogger who ends up on television on one of those shows about competing for love. You want very much like The Bachelor. It's a few people that's all trying to win this one person. And I personally don't like those kind of pick me shows, because I'm all about, bro, if you for me, you for me. If you not, bye. So I have mixed feelings going into this, but I did hear really good feedback on it, as well as I like to read book of the month's reviews. So I'll give it a shot and I'll let you know how it goes. My hopes are okay. We'll see. Previously, I said I have not read a Sarah J. Maas book, and everybody has something to say about that. I understand. How am I a booktuber, book talk, and I haven't read Sarah J? Look, I like to do things at my own pace, and I like to do things the way I like to do them. I understand that may not be your story. That's not your journey, honey. I understand. However, sweetheart, I'm getting into it. Now, I will say I've tried to read her other books, and that just seems like too much of a commitment right now in my life. You know. So I decided to try her adult book instead. So Crescent City it is. House of Earth and Blood. When I say this book is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, look at it. Oh, give me a second, because it gets better. Let me open it and show you. Baby, don't play with me. So, interesting enough, I actually won this book. And I also won a t-shirt that says Mass Destruction. You guys may have seen it on my channel before. And I won a competition on, I believe, Instagram, and it was just at a whim. When I first started my Instagram, when I was doing books, I was jumping in everybody's giveaway, very thirsty. Like, give me books if you think it's good. I was just happy to find a community that spoke book, that I was jumping in everybody's stuff. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Tell me a good book. What are you reading? Give me. And it just so happened that I won this. I mean, literally the week that it released, I won this book, as well as the t-shirt that came with it. Shout out to the person who did the giveaway. But that being said, I have not read the book because of the hype. Another one of my too much hype for me to get into. But now we slowed down a little bit. No, not too many people are talking about it anymore. So it's going to give me a chance to really get into it. So Sarah J, it's me and you, bae. We in here. Is one that was really groovy, is what it's been described to be. So you had me at groovy, and that's going to be Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So, is it just me or does she look like the actress from But I'm a Cheerleader? I can't remember her name. And for those who watch a lot of TV probably know her. She was also in Orange is the New Black, and she has another Netflix show that's all about her living the same day over and over again. I literally cannot think of her name at the moment, but if this isn't her, she looks just like her and I love it. So this is actually going to be one of the books I actually annotate. I kept telling myself I was going to annotate some of these books. Here's one of them. I hope it's as groovy as I think it's going to be. The next book I will be reading is also a book that I will be annotating, going into details, really expressing what I feel, a living piece of art. And that's going to be Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. And this is a soaring masterpiece. And it's also a Pixar win. Now, everybody talked about this when this released, and I didn't hear anything as far as follow-up. Everyone was just really excited to read it, but I didn't watch any videos or anything where people actually talked about what they felt after. So I will be dedicating a video to this book alone if I can finish it. It's floppy. Hello. And baby, come on. Don't know too much about it, to be honest. And the words are kind of tiny. Oh, I am getting into a lot. But you know what? That's okay. Because I told myself I'm going to read. I don't think I've ever read anything by Donna before. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. All right. Here we are at the very end. The last of the last. So if you have gotten this far in this video, do me a favor right now. Comment down below a purple heart emoji or pizza emoji. Because I love pizza. And I love you guys. So we can't go wrong with the pizza and the heart emoji. All right. So we are at the last book here. And this is actually... I know of this author, but I've yet to read anything of hers. And yes, I have her series on my shelves as well. But I'm jumping the gun and I'm going to jump into something a little bit different. So this is Victoria's Rim Breaker. So this is supposed to be a fantasy, and that's literally all I know. It was gifted and sent to me. And when I say she's thick, baby, honey, it's thick. Baby, why are you so thick? Why are all these books so thick? I literally, bro, these books is thick. Like, they ain't gonna play with me. I don't know much about this. It was actually sent to me. I have her, I want to say Red Queen is the name of her series. I have that series that I have yet to read. It was actually gifted to me, again, when I first got my channel. So many books have been sitting on my shelf and they just need love and attention. And through this book buying ban, I told myself we were gonna do it. So that is what we are doing. So all together, guys, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 books on this video. So these are my fall reads. This is what I want to do for the next couple of months. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate all the support and love that I get. Comment down below what books or series that have been sitting on your shelves collecting dust and why you haven't read them yet, because we are a work in process. Hello. Also comment down below what you're reading this month. Thank you again for watching this video. Like, subscribe, do the dang thing.